Even people nowadays in 2024 would recognize the name Judy Garland. Could you imagine, though, being Judy Garland, one of the most famous actresses of all times, and dying, allegedly, with only $600 in your bank account? Having worked in Hollywood for a very long time, born Frances Ethel Gum on June 10, 1922, and was an American actress, singer, and dancer. She rose to Hollywood fame during the golden age of America cinema. We all know her from Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz in 1939. She ended up getting that breakthrough role because her and her sisters, the Gum sisters, in 1935, had signed a contract with Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, MGM. Garland's talent and charisma made her a beloved figure in Hollywood, and she went on to star in numerous successful films, including Meet Me in St. Louis in 1944, Easter Parade in 1948, and A Star is Born, 1954. Yeah, the same A Star is Born that Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper played in. Her achievements in entertainment and cinema and all the accolades that she gained earned her many awards. She had won the Academy Juvenile Award, a Golden Globe, and a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. Despite facing personal and professional challenges, Judy Garland remains an enduring icon in the world of entertainment. Wouldn't you guys agree? So one of the significant factors was her intense pressure to stay thin. Back then, it was expected that women stayed very small and looked very petite on camera. So the MGM studios allegedly put a lot of pressure and control on Mrs. Garland that led to her having substance abuse, especially substance abuse with prescription medications. Also, her demanding work schedule, which back then was way different than it is today, led to a lot of mental health issues for her. She also had a lot of financial troubles, partly because of others that did not help her manage her finances properly. In her personal life with her spouses, she divorced many times. I could go into a list of her divorces. She was married to David Rose from 1941 to 44. Then she married Vincent Minnelli, who is the father of her daughter, Liza Minnelli, who also became a renowned singer and actress and Broadway star. She was married to him from 1945 to 1951. Then she married Sid Luft from 1952 to 65. He was a producer. They married and had 2 children together, Lorna Luft and Joey Luft. Then she married Mark Herron from 65 to 69, then Mickey Deans in 69. And then she tragically passed away at the age of 47, succumbing to an accidental drug overdose. This seems to be a trend in Hollywood, and it's still going on to this day, isn't it? It's always telling how people write about you when you die. In this Town and Country article, it says here that she, most of her teen and adult life, she had been on either Benzedrine or a diet of both. Now, we know her husband, Sid Luft, and it mentions his name here in this article. Sid Luft was her third husband. Luft wrote in his memoir, "Judy and I, my life with Judy Garland. Unlike other actresses, she could not successfully camouflage extra weight." Isn't that despicable? Like, this man is like telling us that she looked fat basically and she couldn't. So she really relied on these things to help her with her weight. I've also seen people come across this image of her. 2 movies, a year apart, same bitch. Shout out to Gen Z for teaching me this. Here's something I want to mention to you guys. Back then, a lot of these actresses, I'm sorry to say it, they might have been racist. All right. And it's not because they probably were like, let me just be a racist biatch, right? It was because of the time that they were living in. I mean, try to remember back in this time when she was acting, blacks weren't allowed into certain spaces. They weren't allowed to ride buses with people. They had to sit in the back of the bus. I mean, she grew up in a time where it was uncommon for anyone to associate with black people. And this is how they viewed black people. This was the depiction of blacks. I mean, I hate bringing this stuff up again, but I want to remind people she was a child when this stuff was happening, right? She was given roles and probably just did whatever she was told to make ends meet. I mean, it is shameful. It says that the young Judy Garland wears blackface in musical comedy Everybody Sing in 1938. But think 1938. In 1938, I mean, she was born in 1922. So in 1938, she would have been, 16 years old? The reason I'm doing this video is to prove to you guys that at the end of the day, you're going to pass away. We're not going to take any of it with you. A lot of the people that you see on television and in movies and you glamorize and you think about their life and how wonderful it is, at the end of the day, if they have poor management, they have terrible people around them, they don't make good decision making, and they in general struggle with a lot of personal, self-worth issues, this is how it ends up. Judy Garland's net worth in 1969 when she died, $60,000. Somebody wrote he. This is just bad writing. But Judy Garland's net worth in 1945 at the peak of her career was $10 million. Judy Garland net worth 1940 before she landed her first role, $12,000. I don't know. You guys are good at math out there. Adjust this for inflation if you like. But either way, making money back then and making money today, it puts you in a comfortable situation. But until you fix up here, you really have nothing. And it's just sad to see somebody of this caliber, right? Judy Garland, die. And then they mention allegedly she died with only $600 in her bank account.